If she drowned by accident, why was her engagement ring still gripping her finger like it was trying to tell a story she never got to finish? When divers pulled Hannah Brooks from the cold lake at 6:42 a.m., the sunlight was barely touching the water. Her skin was pale, her hair tangled, her body still curled like she was bracing for something she saw coming. And there, frozen in place, was the gold ring her fiancé swore she never took off. But the ring wasn't the only thing they found, because her hands told a different story than he did. Hannah wasn't supposed to be in that lake. She wasn't the kind of woman who chased danger, who wandered alone, or who kept secrets from the people she trusted. Her life was soft, predictable, structured, until the morning she vanished from the cabin she was sharing with her fiancé, Tyler Maddox. The deputies said Tyler looked shaken, but Detective Morgan Hale saw something else in his pacing, something controlled, almost rehearsed. When he told them Hannah went for an early walk and never came back, the air in the room chilled, because her best friend, Jenna Lawson, had already told officers that Hannah was terrified of water and hadn't stepped foot near a lake since she was 9. So why would she go alone at dawn? When the search team reached the shoreline, they found footprints, but only one set, leading straight into the water. None coming out. But one detail doesn't add up. The diver, Reed Callahan, was the first to see her floating shape beneath the surface. He said something about her posture unsettled him. Not the stillness, not the silence, but the way her right hand was clenched tight, as if trying to hold on to something that wasn't there. And yet the left hand, the one carrying the ring, hung peacefully open. Detective Hale's mind locked onto a single question. Why would a woman who feared deep water walk straight into it alone? And why would only one hand tell a story of struggle? Main suspect, Tyler Maddox? But then, 3 hours later, a discovery behind the cabin twisted the entire timeline and made investigators question everything Tyler claimed. Because the item they found on the porch didn't belong to Hannah, and it shouldn't have been there at all. The officers didn't touch it at first. A single men's hiking glove sat on the porch rail, soaked, heavy, and smeared with lake mud. It wasn't Hannah's size, and Tyler Maddox denied ever owning a pair. Detective Morgan Hale lifted it carefully. Inside the lining, he saw something that stiffened his breath. A faint tear pattern, like it had been yanked off during a struggle. So if Hannah walked into the lake alone, who was close enough to lose a glove? Tyler's story shifted again. He now claimed he might have gone outside earlier than he remembered. But Jenna Lawson told detectives Hannah called her at 5:17 a.m., whispering, "He's not the man I thought he was." That call changed everything, because it placed Hannah awake, anxious, and afraid, minutes before she disappeared. Detective Hale studied Tyler's face when they confronted him with the phone record. A twitch, a swallow, a pause just long enough to widen suspicion. But then another detail surfaced. A neighbor down the trail reported hearing 2 voices arguing near the water, not one. And the description of the second voice didn't match Tyler at all. The neighbor was certain. She heard Hannah's voice, shaken, cracking, and a deeper male voice that wasn't Tyler's. She described it as calm, too calm for the fear she heard in Hannah. Detective Morgan Hale pulled the overnight lodge logbook. That's when another name surfaced. Reed Callahan, checked in alone, cabin 12A. No emergency call, no statement. He quietly left before sunrise. That departure time matched the window of Hannah's final moments. Inside Reed's vacated cabin, the sheets were stripped, trash emptied, and towels missing. Not normal, not accidental. Sanitized room? Dr. Lila Grant reviewed Hannah's autopsy timeline and murmured one line that froze the room. Her injuries don't match self-entry into the water, meaning someone guided her or forced her. And the glove found on the porch? The lodge manager recognized the brand. Reed used to wear the exact type on every winter hike. But Reed had one claim that complicated everything. He said he never met Hannah. So how did her name end up written in his discarded notebook? Detective Hale opened the worn notebook, the one Reed Callahan tossed into the lodge dumpster. Half the pages were ripped out, but one line remained untouched. Hannah, 5:40 a.m. Why her name? The timestamp hit like a blow. That was 16 minutes before her phone went dark. Tyler Maddox insisted he'd never seen Reed before, but Jenna Lawson cracked when detectives pressed her. She admitted Hannah felt followed for weeks, always by a man who pretended not to watch, a description that matched Reed almost exactly. Dr. Lila Grant examined the notebook paper fibers. The rip marks were fresh, hurried, intentional, someone trying to erase a timeline. Then a new detail emerged from lodge security. At 5:36 a.m., a figure in a dark jacket walked toward the lake trail. The outline was tall, broader than Tyler, but the footage was grainy, no face, no features. Still, one detail stood out. The figure's right hand was bare. The left was gloved, and it matched the exact glove found on Hannah's porch. Detective Hale held the single leather glove, stiff and damp. It smelled faintly of lake water and pine needles. Left behind. DNA confirmed it belonged to Reed Callahan. But that wasn't all, there was another print. A smaller, softer one. Someone tried to hold it while hiding. Tyler Maddox claimed he never touched the glove. But phone records told a different story. He was near Hannah's cabin 5 minutes before the 5:36 a.m. footage. Meanwhile, Jenna Lawson whispered, Hannah trusted both of them. She never feared Tyler. The realization hit Hale like ice. One man was protecting the truth, the other hiding it. And the glove wasn't just evidence, it was a message Reed left behind. Hale stared at his phone. A call from an unknown number. The voice trembled. It's in the lake. You have to see it. Divers arrived at sunrise. Water shimmered with a golden chill. They brought up a box. Inside, Hannah's journal, soaked but intact. The final page had one line scrawled, "The ring. They'll never know why." The ring still on her finger. Hale's stomach sank. It wasn't just a clue. It was a plea. Someone had tried to tell the story. But who? And why? Before it was too late. Divers pulled her body from the lake. The ring gleamed against the cold water. Investigators noted the marks on her hands. Defensive. Desperate. The journal revealed a name she feared. Not a stranger, someone close. Forensic teams cross-checked phone records, bank statements, and vehicle logs. Each lead pointed to one person, Tyler Maddox. He denied everything. But evidence didn't lie: texts, hidden cameras, a final meeting by the lake. The ring, a silent witness to betrayal. Hale felt numb. Hannah's story was finally uncovered, but the grief was raw. Her warnings, her fear, her last moments. All in black ink and cold metal. Tyler was arrested. Confession came quietly. The motive, obsession, control, and jealousy that had festered unseen. Case closed. Hannah's family held the ring, a final symbol of a life stolen too soon. Justice served, but the pain remains. Some secrets are never forgotten. For more chilling, real-life mysteries, subscribe to The Veil of Secret.